We are taking a bite out of the bluegrass and a peek behind the paranormal curtain. From historic Louisville hotels to haunted Kentucky restaurants, there is a ghostly story behind every creaking door and flickering light. Joining us is Barry Goodall from Goodall's Country Kitchen, your guide to the state's most haunted and delicious destinations. So great to catch up with you.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, Allison and I, we have been so excited for this segment. I mean, we love having you come on every single month, but this one in particular, I mean, we had to have you come on for Halloween for this one.
Absolutely.
I'm just so excited to be outside of the booth for this. And like, you know, the
coming
front
out
row
of the shadows
seat.
yourself.
Yes, front row seat to hear what Barry Goodall has to say this morning. I am excited.
Well, I guess we're going to start out in the heart of bourbon country in Bardstown at the Old Talbot Tavern.
One of my favorites.
Opened in 1779, been visited by presidents. Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Boone stayed there, but they are also known for their great food such as the Kentucky hot brown and other Kentucky cuisine and delicacies. So when you go there, you definitely got to order the hot brown. That's their signature dish.
For sure.
But while I was there, I was also told some stories about paranormal activity, and it turns out that the Talbot Tavern is one of the most haunted places in the state of Kentucky.
What?
Oh yeah, I was talking to a manager, and he actually pulled up on his cell phone and showed me a video of two 8-year-old boy ghosts. Of course, you couldn't see them, but they were in rocking chairs. Rocking the chairs. You see there, that's their famous hot brown there, by the way.
Yeah, the food has to be good if there's ghosts around.
Right?
I mean, you gotta
I was there with my wife about 15 years ago, and we went up in the Daniel Boone suite, took pictures. I developed the pictures later on. This is before digital.
Yeah.
And you could see the orbs everywhere.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so they were gracious enough to go ahead and let me tour the whole building. So I went up, I saw the Abraham Lincoln suite and the different ones, but the room that really intrigued me the most was the Jesse James room, which he was known, you see there, the rocking chairs. I don't know, it was a real quick video.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, there was Jesse and Frank James stayed there somewhere around the 1870s. They were playing poker one night. I think there was some bourbon involved. And at some point, a ruckus broke out, and Jesse James started shooting the room up, and you can actually see the bullet holes in the walls, which is coming up right after this one, I think, if they included this footage. There it is, the Jesse James room. And you can see there, it's not made, this one is the only room that you cannot stay in.
Right. Okay.
It's more of a museum. But yeah,
so
very realistic
cool.
there.
Yeah. And then we're taking a trip down over to Maple Hill, is that right?
It's outside Springfield, Kentucky at the Maple Hill Manor, very close to the Perryville battlefield, where several thousand people were killed and wounded. And the Maple Hill Manor was built in 1853, and just several years later, in October of 1862, you had the Battle of Perryville. The Maple Hill Manor was used as a field hospital after the battle ended, and you can see there the rooms are updated. They have the old-fashioned charm, but the modern amenities too. So don't be afraid to go and stay there, by the way.
Ghosts around.
But our room was the Harriet Beecher Stowe suite. You see there the poster beds, and we also had 2 beds because we brought our daughters along, and there was no way they were going to stay in a separate room. So we explored around the grounds that day, and then shortly after nightfall came, and we sat around the campfire, we made s'mores, and the girls were doing anything to not have to go to bed yet because they were scared. But anyway, we made it through the night. We did hear some unexplained noises. And as a matter of fact, our room that we stayed in was used as where they performed the surgeries on people.
Oh my gosh.
So the floors were so blood-soaked and stained, they actually had to paint over the blood stains in the room. So if that's not creepy enough right there. But nightfall came, we made it through, we got up the next morning, and the breakfast was just exquisite. The owner is a chef, and she made some fantastic items like corn cakes with homemade bacon and maple syrup, and it was just amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So it was
Well,
and we got to play with the animals and
all the things. Well, we got to come back downtown because Seelbach.
The Seelbach at 4th and Muhammad, built in 1905. It was the playground of gangsters like Al Capone and different ones. F. Scott Fitzgerald used to stay there.
Yep.
The Great Gatsby. A lot of that was portrayed from the hotel. But one of the things that they're known for, it is also haunted. Yeah. And the curator, longtime employee, Larry Clark, he's a great tour guide. He took me through the whole entire hotel. And there is a local ghost known as the Lady in the Blue Dress. Oh. And Larry took me to the room where she was seen the most. Allegedly, she was killed, murdered back in like the 1940s and was found in the bottom of an elevator shaft.
Oh, gosh.
And she still appears. They're sure it's the same woman that was murdered.
Oh my gosh.
But afterward, after the long tour, Larry was gracious enough to give me. I went to the old Seelbach bar for dinner. And had some great Kentucky delicacies, such as that cornbread with sorghum molasses on it.
I was going to say, that is some thick syrup.
Oh, yeah, sorghum. That's a Kentucky staple.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I had the Kentucky burgoo and what might possibly could have been the best hot brown I ever had.
Oh,
now, I know Brown Hotel's really good and different ones, but the Seelbach's hot brown is unbelievably good. You can see there. Just a bunch of cheesy goodness.
Oh my gosh, so good. What about 1894?
1894 up in New Washington, Indiana. You see there, it's Amish country. They have a lot of pumpkins, cornfields. It was like being in that movie, The Children of the Corn, on the drive up there.
No way.
Creepy,
You're really selling it.
But the 1894 lodge was built 1894 as a Masonic lodge, then later became a school, a market, and now it is a restaurant with upscale food, by the way.
Okay.
Really good food. I had what's called their schnitzel, which was a deep fried, tenderized pork loin layered with gravy and collard greens.
Whoa.
Okay. You can see there, that's their third floor, which is off limits to the usual patrons. But I was allowed to take a special tour.
That day.
And you talk about creepy.
Ooh.
Well, I was up there. That is a trap door that goes up to the bell tower of the building, which I would not go. But there I came upon a creepy doll that was just laying there.
Oh, and he stood up.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a Frankenstein?
There's not, the employees will not go up there. The one that was with me, she went up there one time before and she saw that doll and she never went back until she had to take me up there. But yeah, you can see the food there, the Thai egg rolls, very good appetizer. You know, it's a great, beautiful drive out in Amish country, but you can still go there and get upscale dining. It was wonderful.
That is wonderful. We have just enough time for one more. Where is the next one that
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to skip the Spaghetti Factory, which was built 1893, but we're going to go to Jailhouse Pizza, Brandenburg, Kentucky, which Brandenburg was unfortunately known as the April 4th of 1973 tornado. And 31 people lost their lives there. Jailhouse Pizza is one of the only buildings that is left standing from the April 3rd tornado. Wow. So they're, of course, known for their pizza, but it's the original Meade County Jail, built in 1906, and is very haunted and known for spiritual activity. My friend Rodney there, he was easy. And Gucci, you see there in the cell, you actually eat in the jail cells. There's like big party rooms in these, well, not big, they were tiny jail cells. But you see there the creepy stairs, you go up, that's actually gallows made for hanging people.
Whoa.
You see there? They didn't actually hang anybody there, but it was made for that. You can see me there in their electric chair.
Oh my God.
That is not a place you'd want to dine
But while I was filming, he's one of the employees telling us all kinds of supernatural stories there.
Oh, wow.
But as I was coming out of that cell during editing, I was able to see there was an unexplained light that went across the screen there, which I didn't notice at the time when I was doing the filming. As you see here, watch this light.
Whoa.
You see there.
Yeah.
Like a haunted fly.
That was in slow motion,
Oh,
but
my
in
goodness.
regular motion it was too fast to even really notice. All right, you see the pizza there? That's
Pizza
18
looks
inch.
so good, but Barry, we have got to go, unfortunately, but you have all of these things on your YouTube page coming up next month. You're touring our Pizza Passport.
That's right.
Which is going to be so fun, so definitely stay tuned for that. But if you want to see all of Barry's adventures, just go over to his Facebook page, Goodall's Country Kitchen. So many fun adventures over there.